Hello students, this is Professor Turano and this is going to be your tutorial on how to create a very simple e-portfolio for our class. The reason that we're doing this is so that you can put all of your work in a collection together. You can see the amount of work that you did all semester, and then you can use this outside of our course because once you finish with our course, a lot of your work will be contained in the course. So you will have a link to be able to show off your work in other venues, such as for a future employer or an internship, or even in some sort of application to get into a bachelor's degree program when you transfer or a master's degree program. So here goes. The first thing that you're going to want to do is to take all of your documents and place them into the Google Drive. Unfortunately, we cannot upload Word documents into the Google site. So you're going to go either into your mail, which is Google sponsored, and or at the Google site and click on this little area here, the Google Apps. Once you open that up, you're going to be able to go to the Google Drive. You'll see here that I have all sorts of work saved into my Google Drive. I share it with my colleagues. I share it with students. And what I can do is I can add new documents to my Google Drive simply by taking my cursor and clicking on New and doing a file upload. From my file upload, you'll see here I was just recently uploading all of my typewriter images, but I'm going to go to my desktop because I want to upload my essays for this class. So I'm just going to show you an example here. In my narrative descriptive essay, I have a student sample that I'm going to upload. You would be uploading descriptive narrative essay number 1, the grading rubric, your pre-write, and your rough draft, including any peer review documents that you have. Upload them all in there and name them very carefully. Descriptive essay number 1, final copy. Descriptive essay number 1, rough draft, so that you know what you're uploading. So I'm going to upload this student sample. I'm going to click open, and it is uploading it. And there it is. We'll find it right here. And I'll continue to do that. Now, as I'm talking to you, I just want you to know, and from the directions in the web study, you can read it, that you can, what I want from you is that the final copy of the final clean copy of the essay that you're going to upload for each and every single one of these has to be the cleanest, best version. Your pre-writes don't have to be the cleanest, best version, and your peer reviews and rough drafts don't have to be the cleanest, best version, but all outlines, annotated bibliographies, and final copies must be the cleanest, best version of the document. So again, you go over, you click New, you file upload, you find a document that you want to upload. Here I have another student sample about living in the Caribbean. I upload it, and here it is. Okay, now, what I want you to do next is you can either do this all first and upload all your documents, your grading rubrics and everything from the course. Once you have those all in your drive and named very carefully, you're going to go back up here to the Google Apps. You're going to click on, you're going to click on Google Sites. Whoops, I'm sorry about that. You're going to click on Sites. When you go into Sites, you're going to click on New Google Sites. When you click that on, you're going to click on the untitled site. Now over here, I have a sample ePortfolio I'm going to show you. So you may not have this at all, but you are going to be creating your own untitled site. Okay? So you're going to click in there and you're going to begin the process. And this is what this is going to look like. And you're going to fill in the information. So you're going to put your name in here. You're going to title it. I like all the titles to be headings because they're much smaller and I can play around with them. But I'm going to take you into my sample site for students. So This is what I have been working on up to this point. So you're going to name it. I would name it Melanie Turano, or I just sort of had this fake name here, my student Dent. And I'm going to name the portfolio. And the portfolio itself up here at the home, this is where you're going to start, is going to be called and must be called the Research and Composition ePortfolio. So I'm going to require that you do name it that, please. Okay? What you're going to do next then is to create pages. Okay, so you go into pages to do this, and you're going to create a page. You create a page by going down here to this plus add page, and you would name the page. Okay, in this case, I might name it writing sample, because remember we did a writing sample at the beginning of the course, and I want you to include that writing sample here. Once I click done, it gets included in there. Now you'll notice that I have two. So I just did this sort of as a pretend one for you. I'm going to remove that, but now I have my writing sample. When I click on my writing sample page, I've called it writing sample. And so I'm going to take this down to heading just because I like that smaller. And I am going to now include or insert my writing sample here by going up to insert, clicking on that, uploading. And where am I going to upload that from? I am going to upload that from my Google Drive. Remember, that's where all my documents are. Once I do this, all my documents are going to pop up, and I'm going to find the document that I want to upload. I can do that by recent and see what I uploaded recently and click on that and then insert it, and we're going to see that my document goes right there. Everybody see that? Next, I'm going to go back to pages. I'm so sorry, my son has decided to play the drums. Give me 1 second to stop him. I did not know that he was going to do that. Hello, I am back. And so you'll see now that that student sample is attached to the writing sample. And once we share this with the world, once you share it with me, that will be attached there. Next, I'm going to create my next page. I'm going to add a page and then type in descriptive narrative essay number 1. When I do that, I'm going to get all of these options. Rather than title, I kind of like heading. It makes it smaller for me. And I have included background pictures, but you don't have to. You can change the image by uploading an image from your computer. If you want to go and do that, you certainly can. You all know that I like typewriters. And the descriptive narrative essay number 1 will be my cleanest, finest version of that essay that I go back over before I upload it here. And so what do I want to do here? I want to insert. I'm going to go to my drive. I'm going to find my descriptive narrative, and that is what I'm going to insert there. Okay. Next, I'm going to go back to pages, and I'm going to create under descriptive narrative essay a subpage. See it here? And I'm going to name that pre-writing. Now that's going to add pre-writing here, as you can all see, but I already had one here to show you. So I'm just going to remove this just so that you're not confused. And under pre-writing, I have placed an image. You certainly don't have to do that. I do call it pre-writing. That's what I want you to do. And now I would like to insert my pre-write from my descriptive narrative essay. I will find that in my drive under my most recent documents, and I am going to insert that. Okay, and I'm just using some of my student samples here. That's my student Connor that I had this semester at the Morgan Center. Then I'm going to go back out to pages. Now, if you want to come in here and you want to set up all of these pages under descriptive narrative, I'm going to do a subheading. See, I can do a subheading, and I'm going to create another subheading page and call it rough draft. And then I will upload my rough draft. Reflections on writing this essay will be next. This is your next assignment. You'll have to read about that. So each of these essays, you're going to write a reflection paragraph on. And by the way, that is in our timeline and portfolio. So you'll understand what those are. And then you'll be uploading your grading rubric. As we go through here, I want you to have the same subheadings that I do. So exemplification essay number 2, pre-writing, rough draft, reflections, grading rubric. And you know what? I'm missing one here, I just noticed. This should be, I must have deleted it as I was playing around with this. You had an outline, and I would very much like that outline to be there too. The outline really should be after the pre-write. So I would like to move that right up here. Look at that. I can just move them around without deleting them. When I go into each of them, I am going to go to Insert, to my Drive where I've saved all my documents, and I'm going to upload those. Okay. Now back to pages. I'm going to upload my reflection piece that I'm going to write at the end of the semester and my grading rubric, and you'll find that in the course. You'll have to download that and then re-upload that. You'll be happy to have this someday. Believe me, this nice collection. Your compare contrast essay, you want to call this page that next. Looks like I didn't include an image here. I'm surprised, so I can change my, oh, I do have an image here. It's just taking a while to load perhaps. I don't know, I can upload an image. I can go into my pictures where I have all my typewriters and all sorts of things about education and such. I can even upload some students working or a classroom filled with computers or something like that. And upload an image here to comparison contrast. The more professional your portfolio, the better. And you will be graded on the professionalism of the portfolio. So see how nice that looks versus a blank document. So compare contrast with the pre-write, the outline, the annotated bibliography, the rough draft, and the reflection. And I noticed that I'm still working here. I'm going to add the grading rubric. I'm going to add a subpage, grading rubric. Done. And I like that to be last, so I'm going to leave that there. Next came the process essay that you're working on now, pre-write, outline, annotated, bit of rough draft, reflections, and I'm going to add that grading rubric. I'm going to create that subheading. Done. And then finally, there'll be a document called Thinking About Myself as a Writer. And I guess I haven't changed the picture there. Thinking about myself as a writer, I might include in all of my pictures here. Let's see. Thinking about myself as a writer, and that is a document that you're going to have to write, and you'll find that in the timeline portfolio, what you have to do with that. So once you're finished and you're quite happy and you have uploaded every single document to your portfolio, you can publish it. Don't worry, because you can unpublish this too. So you want to give it a web address. So you'll see right now, it actually does have its own web address, but you need to add to it. So what I want you to all call yours is ePortfolio dash and your last name. Okay,